And baby, we're back and we got solar installed on the home, but is it actually functioning? I don't know. I guess we'll learn a little bit about it on this video. If you like the content that I have in this video and you like learning about solar, please leave comments below, subscribe, like, and I'll try to do the best that I can to continue informing everybody everything that I'm learning about solar. So in this video, we'll talk a little bit about what the different components are of a solar system, which includes a solar array, an inverter. I'll run through the interconnect of how they actually hooked up the solar array fed the power into my home. Sorry to interject, but I did realize that as I was filming different parts of this video, my story didn't quite come together. So let me clarify and set up a little bit of an outline in terms of what we're going to be talking about. First, I'll talk about what happened on installation day and what were the different components that they installed. I'll probably go back and forth between the explanation and some videos or pictures of what they were doing to install them on that day. Then after that, I'll talk a little bit about some of the issues that I had with my inverter. Hopefully this helps clarify the story of the video, and it'll make it a little bit easier for you to follow. And now let's go and watch the video. So first, let's talk about the different components of a system before we actually go and talk about how you install it and where it sits in the home and so on. The different pieces of a system for a solar system, actual solar panels, the rails that sit on your home, on which the solar panels mount, the inverter, which converts the power that the solar panels generate from a DC current over to an AC current, the interconnect into the home, a main cutoff switch, and then the actual home circuit breaker on the inside. There won't be much talk about the circuit breaker or the service panel in this video because the way that my system was interconnected, it was all done through the outside, so there wasn't anything done on the inside. There were no breakers installed. There wasn't anything that needed to be changed other than just some maintenance that was done in terms of grounding. But that would have been done regardless of if this was a solar system or not. So in terms of the solar panel installation, there's different components as I talked about. There's first the solar panels. Those solar panels sit on my roof and they sit on rails which have been screwed with lag screws, I believe, straight into the rafters of my home. Those rails are installed. On top of those you have the solar array. The solar array is, in my case, 15 solar panels. They're all LG panels. They're the Neon 2s. Those panels are then fed serially, or the wires are connected through like a junction box and fed serially from that interconnect down into the inverter. The inverter takes that power, as I mentioned before, which is DC, and it converts it from DC over to AC. That power then comes out of there, feeds into my house behind my smart meter from the electrical company, and then in theory, right, if it's enabled and it's a sunny day, those solar panels will start generating power and then feeding it into the home. So in our case though, what happened is that the solar array has been installed, all the interconnects are done, but the inverter when it arrived was dead. I'm working with the company for about a week now. We're trying to figure out, or they're trying to figure out on their end, what happened, how I ended up with this broken inverter. But ultimately, I should have an inverter that is functioning, and then there's going to need to be another inspection by my local municipality, and then when that inspection passes from an electrical perspective, then I should be okay and everything will be done, right? I'll be on solar. So let's see, we're getting a little bit closer. I'm a little bit frustrated that I do have solar panels on the roof of the house and they're not actually functioning, but hopefully in the near future we'll be able to start talking a little bit about how they're performing.